Hi, here is quick overview of the new features and functionality that we've released in the app version 1.9.1. First, foremost, we have redesigned the trading tab or trading window for large screens. So first, you're gonna notice that we can now, before we go into there, actually, we can hide their main menu uh, like this, right? Let's go now to trade. Here we are. Yep, and that's, as you can see, is a completely new look so far, right? So let's even get rid of this, so to make use of the better use of the screen. So now you can see that we still have the same tabs that were always there to begin with, and they're still there, but they've been rearranged. Now obviously you have this new layout. So a couple of things to note here. Obviously you can adjust it as much as you want, right? Left and right, here and there, up and down, right? So that's still here, even better now. Second, and maybe even more important, the one with the part which is not that obvious, you can actually rearrange tabs. So for example, you want to, I don't know, see the the algos that you have here, so you just do this, right? Or you want to see price comparison all the times, and you want to group trades with order book. Yep, let's move. Okay, so now we have trades, we have here price comparison, we have here, and here we have the signals. That's what I want, or so you can play with that. So that's the most important thing. So you can resize the windows, you can actually move the tabs. You cannot move anything from here into here, and they're trading the order sent from is also you cannot move anything out or in here, but those four blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, those tabs, you can move them as much as you want. And most importantly, once you've done playing with this, there is this new button here, which we can use to restore the default layout, so you're never in trouble if you forgot what you've done previously. So again, new layout, resizable, tabs can be moved from one to another. You can default at any time, and notice that this little button here, which not many of you actually use and know, it used to live here and still lives here on small screens or mobile. There is the sync button, so basically we do automatically sync your exchange account with exchange periodically, but if you need to sync it or for sync right away, you just use this button here, so it will sync your available balances and your executed orders right away, so it now lives here on the large screen. Okay, so that's for the trading screen redesign. We do hope that you will enjoy the new layout on the large screens. It really looks gorgeous to our taste. Right, next we still stay here on the trading tab, but we move to the new features for GCA algo. Okay, so that's probably most that we've been working on this time. So let's start first with orders preview on chart before launch. So you can see here, let me maybe change this one to, I don't know, to, okay, would it be Shiba USD, BTC, let's say maybe BTC, USD, anyway. So we want to set up a new algo here, the DCA algo. So now you can see that all their potential orders are here on chart. So if we just choose one side, so just the sell, so we can see all the potential sell orders. That's the entry order, which is theoretical, right? There is a take profit level. So basically, if you change anything here, you add more levels, right? You change take profit percentage. It's here. You add stop loss, Here is your stop loss. And obviously you can both move it here, so you can change the percentage here, just moving the stop loss or take profit, right? So that's what you're gonna see here. If you you can choose the buy side, right? The buy side, it's basically the complete opposite. Or if you choose both strong, both buy and sell, then you can see basically orders on both sides. So what else you can do with that? Obviously, you can see whether your range is adequate or not. So look, maybe you can go to 1 day and you just move this entry order around. That's a theoretical entry, right? So basically that answers to the question, what if the DCA entered right here, right, with theoretical entry order? So you could see probably it went deeper the range. Maybe you need to add more averaging orders to cover the range, right? So that's basically it, right? So that's for their buy orders. For sell orders, maybe you want to move it here and see how it will. So sell order seems to be adequate. So that's basically the preview here, right? That's its first issue, first feature. Second feature, note that I'm gonna go quite quick now on DCA features. There are a lot of them, but we'll make a separate video with detailed analysis of each new DCA feature. So now I'm gonna be brief here. So second DCA feature is averaging orders price step multiple. That's the new field here. So previously, our current DCA version, you can see all the distance between the averaging orders is actually equal, right? So if I set here averaging orders price step, which is 1%, that means that between the orders there is now 1% between each of them. But now we added the price step multiple, and it's a very powerful tool, which again I will make a separate video for. Basically, it denotes the relationship between those distances, right? So if it's equal to 1, then the distance is equal between each of them, and that's equal to this average order price step. If it's higher than 1, let's say 2, then basically you can see that the distance between averaging orders increases with each new order. Maybe let me make it not that extreme, but something like 1.1. Oh, okay, my 1.2. We can see now, right? So it's easier to understand. So with each new averaging order, the distance actually is increased with this multiple, right? So that's 1% is multiplied by 1.2. That's the first distance. It's again multiplied by 1.2 and so forth, so on and so forth. So again, if you increase it, you can see that that's what happens with averaging orders. If you decrease it, that happens to averaging orders, and if it's less than 1, the distance between averaging orders actually decreases, right? So that's a very powerful tool, and it's now at your disposal. If you don't know how to use it, you don't need it, just leave it at 1. At default, it will work as before. Okay, next coming up is the market limit or trailing stop as an entry order. So in our previous DCA version, both manual and auto mode only entered with market orders. Now you can actually set which order to use as an entry order, both for TA signal mode and for manual mode, right? So market, limit, and trailing stop. With market order, everything is pretty much straightforward, right? That's pretty much how it worked before. So whenever you send start a DCA manually or it detects a signal in the signal mode, it will send a market order. If you choose a limit order, you can actually not choose the limit price, because the limit price will only work for the first iteration. If you have multiple iterations, then you need something else. So what we offer you is to set limit distance. So that's the distance from the market price that entry order will be placed at. So if the limit distance is 0%, so basically the entry order will be a limit order, but will be placed at the market price. If it's say 1% is by default, so the buy limit order will be placed 1% below the market price. And if it's a sell order, then it will be placed 1% above the market price. So that's the market price, that's the limit. You see here, right? If it's a buy order, again, that's the market price, that's the limit. So if you basically send it right now, so that will happen. So there will be an entry limit order 1% below the market price. Should you actually uh, repeat that or choose a TA signal, for example, and so basically in the next iteration, the entry order will be placed 1% below or above the market price at the time that the order is placed. So that gives you quite a lot of scenarios to play with, especially for manual mode, right? So basically, you can set up something like if you put 10%, but basically it would mean buy every time if the price when the price falls by 10%. So whenever market price falls, but by 10%, it's gonna buy. Okay, so that's the limit order, and the trailing stop pretty much the same. Just instead of limit, there is a trailing stop. So the only thing you need to set is the trailing distance. Otherwise, it would place a trailing stop. So basically, trying to improve your entry price, and trailing stop would probably both work well both for manual and for TA signal mode. Whereas limit for say signal mode, it's questionable whether you want to use it or not, but trailing stop is something that actually can improve the results of your DCAs and auto mode as well. Okay, and another thing which we kind of touched already, so now in manual mode you can actually send a repeat on take profit, right? So you can actually do that in manual mode as well, right? Then another thing which we added is the end card iteration shortcut. So that's a very useful tool for those of you who've been trading with DCAs already. So you know that there is oftentimes there is a need to basically end your iteration right now. For example, right now, let's see, I have a DCA running out ship, and basically what do we see here? So that's my position price, that's my take profit line, that's the current price. So basically this iteration will end once the price falls and here's the trigger price. However, maybe I'm looking at this DCA and the price falls below my position price, so I'm already kind of in the money, so to say. So I'm not losing my unrealized P&L is already positive, but maybe the price falls and it doesn't get quite to the take profit. And instead of just waiting for that to happen, or you can now basically press the button which is here. It's called next iteration. Don't be afraid. There is a warning window, so you press it. Basically, ask you whether you want to add card iteration and start the next one. Basically, what will happen if you confirm this? We will close current position market price, right? So we'll send an exit order. If you do this right now, I will actually lose some money. So my unrealized P&L is minus 3 cents. So those 3 cents I will lose. However, should the price move somewhere here, I would be in the money. So instead of waiting for take profit to trigger, I would actually close this iteration, maybe earn a bit less, but still earn, and move to the next iteration right away. That's especially maybe worth if you're using take profit at a very large distances, or if your DCA ran through, say, multiple levels and you're at risk. You don't want to leave it to market for the price to fall or rise further than your last level, and you want to end it sooner rather move to the next iteration without losing the history of the whole boat. Okay, that's end iteration. So another small things we added here, which we should have done in the first place, but we kind of didn't. But anyway, so now we basically show you the minimum and maximum position of the boat right here. So basically where it comes from. So if obviously the minimum position is the position if only the entry order is executed, and the maximum position is the position if all the average orders that you set up execute. And then we have here now something that is sort of missing, that's approximate margin. So that's for futures, right? For futures, you see how much margin you would need at the current market price. Again, should all the averaging orders execute, that's the amount of margin needed, given your current leverage, current market price. That's your available funds, and you can see how much it would take of your available funds. Obviously, we call it approximate margin because the calculation is based on the current market price. If you run it in auto mode, so next iteration could happen in a couple of days from now. The price could be much higher or lower, somewhere, here or here. So your margin might be lower or higher actually, but notice here that we can actually recalculate it. So if you say, you can check what would happen if should it have entered right here, for example. You see that you would need more margin than right now. It is $45, and if you move up here, if the price rises, then you would need $50 for this to run. And the same it works obviously on spot as well. That's the spot. It's a bit different. We have funds needed, right? So now you see, okay, I don't have a lot of this. I don't have any of it, but anyway, but let's see what's needed here. So basically, that's for buy order, and for sell order, that would be what's needed for sell as well. Okay, okay, so that's funds needed. Now let's move to the next one. We've added an ability to decrease the steps of many of the inputs from decimals to actually to another to one more sign. So basically here previously, whereas still if you move with plus or minus, you add 1.1, right? So one decimal with each step. So here, but actually now you can actually put another. So 1.21, that's already will be accepted. Same with the profit, and it would work actually both on normal manual trading, right? So it would work with trailing distance, something. So previously that was the lowest amount, but now we can go as low as this, right? Or actually as low as this. Same with stop losses and take profits. So now we can go as low as instead of 0.1 to 0.01. Just notice that pluses and minuses is still they move with decimal, so it will move faster. But if you need more precision, you just make it input the value manually. Okay. Other than that, we've added support for gateway futures, and we also added for those of you who trade on OKX, we added the sign in with OKX ability. So basically, instead of issuing and connecting your API key, you can now just log in with your OKX credentials, and your OKX account will be connected and synced automatically. Yeah, so that concludes our overview. I hope you enjoy this release, and as always, there is a lot more to come. Thank you.